A very good afternoon to dear students. My name is Rajneesh Tyagi and I welcome to you all once again for the online classes. Dear students, this is going to be the fourth part of this chapter, The Enemy. And here we are going for the next paragraph. Here we go. We must simply tell them that we intend to give him to the police. Hannah wanted to know that if we will bring this person, we will carry this person to our home. Definitely, the servants of our house they will inquire that why do you carry that person who is a white man? Then what will you say to our servants? Then Sadao said, we will say that we will simply tell them that we will hand over this person to the police and we will do our duty as in as indeed we must, Sada. We must think of the children and of your position. It would endanger of all us if we did not give this man over as a prisoner of war. Then Hannah said, and we should definitely think about your position also because you are a famous and a great doctor of this country and if the person will come to know, the people of this country will come to know that a greatest doctor of this country has captured a person and has taken a person in his home, so definitely they will be angry with us. So you should definitely think about your position and the future of our children too, because we will have to survive in this country, and what will we do for the new future if we will carry him with our house. So finally what they did, certainly Sadao agreed. That time Sadao was agree because she was also right. I would not think of doing anything else. Sadao said, right now I'm not gonna think anything else. I'm also a doctor, and being a doctor, I should give the priority of my job also. Thus agreed. Together they lifted the man, and they were quite agreed with each other, and that they lifted that person to their home. He was very light, like a fall that had been half starved for a long time. And he was starved for a long time. He was hungry, and because of that thing, the weight of that person was very light. He was not heavy until it is only feathers and skeleton. You can feel the skeleton and parts of his body in his your hand. It has no weight right now. So his arms hanging, they carried him up the steps and into the side door of the house. This door opened into a passage, and down the passage they carried them man towards an empty bedroom. They carried that persons in an empty bedroom because they wanted to hide that person from their servants because they were scared if they will see this person at their house, definitely they will gonna ask some questions to us, and what will they do? So that's why they were gonna hide that person. It had been the bedroom of Sadao's father. That was the room of the Sadao's father because Sadao's father was no more that time. He was passed away, and that was the empty room. That was an empty room. That's why, and they carried that person to that room, the father of Sadao's room. And since his deeply matted floor, everything here had been Japanese to the please the old man, and everything, all the things were presented in that house to made his father pleased when he was surviving, when he was alive on this earth. And who would never in his own home sit on a chair or sleep in a foreign bed? Hannah went to the wall cupboard and slid back a door and took out a soft quilt. She took a soft quilt for that person, and she hesitated because it was going to be very unique in the house. A person who's a guest, a person who have been carried right now is a white man, a foreigner of that country, and he was there. Definitely it was something unique, and definitely she could have hesitated to see that person. The quilt was covered with flowered silk, and the lining was pure white silk. The quilt what she has brought to that person, for that person, was silk and very soft, very neat and clean, and She was confused that what to do, what not to do, because the things which were going on in their house were totally different from the life. He is so dirty, she muttered in distress, because that lady did not want to carry that person in her house. That's why she was whispering again and again, and was thinking that person who have carried to her house is very dirty, and that's why she was not interested to going for any service to that person. But due to her husband, she was subdued to do all those things. Yes, he had better be washed. Sadao agreed. Sadao came to know that the person is not looking so good, he's badly wounded. He must be washed right now. If you will fetch hot water, I will wash him. Sadao said, if you will please bring some hot water for this person, I will. If you will fetch bucket of water on this person, I will wash him because he needs right now. I cannot bear for you to touch him. But Hannah said, no, 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 I'm not gonna tell you, I'm not gonna allow you to touch this person, because after all, he is an American, he is a white person, and us and for and the enemy of this country. Perhaps if he will awaken right now, definitely he can kill you, definitely he can attack on you. After all, he's an American. She forgot it about this thing, that he was badly wounded. She said, we shall have to tell the servants he is here. I will tell you me now. She was leave the children for a few minutes and she can wash him. Then Hannah did not want to do such activities. What Sada was thinking for him, like fetch the water on that person and also wash that person. No, she said, I will tell to our servant Yumi, and she will leave our children for a minute, and she can come right now and she can wash him. But I will not allow you to, I will not permit you to wash that person. Sadao considered a moment. Let it be so, he agreed. Sadao said, okay, if you're thinking that it's not gonna be in our favor, and you want that, you will tell to our servant Yumi that she will fetch the water on him and she will wash that person. So okay, it's okay, I'm agree with you. You tell Yumi and I will tell the others, please. Then Sadao said, you tell to our servant Yumi and I will tell to all other servants that what we have to do today. But the utter pallor of the man's unconscious face moved him first to stoop and feel his pulse. And Sadao checked that person, that he's alive or he's dead, or we are for what we are going to do such activities, such things, we are trying to save him, he's alive or dead. So he checked him. It was faint, but it was there. Yes, of course, he was unconscious, he was faint, but he was still alive. There was some possibilities to save his life, and that's why they were going for those things. He put his hand against the man's cold breast. The heart too was yet alive. And yes, he put his hand on the chest of that soldier and checked that his heart is still working or he is no more. So finally, it was a good news for Dr. Sadal that he was there. He was fainted, but still alive. He was there. He was not dead. He will die unless he is operated on, Sadao said. Sadao said, if he will not get any aid, he will not get any diagnose right now, so definitely he will die. The question is whether he will not die anyway. Hannah cried out in fear. Hannah cried, no, he will not die, because she was in distress. She was frustrated to see that person, and that's why she cried, no, 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 he will not die. Don't try to save him. What if he should live? What if he should lie? Please, Sadao, do not try to save that person. Do not try to save the life of this person. If he will lie, if he will live on this earth, so what will be going to with us? Do you think? Do you imagine what he will do with us? he will kill he will kill us because after all he's an enemy, and from America, a country who's fighting, who's quarreling with our country. So sometime in the middle of the session, Hannah scolded to her husband and said, please do not try to save the life of this white man. What if he should die? Sadao replied. And what will be happening if he will die right now? He stood gazing. Because it was the condition now, because if he will die at that time, so it was the house of Dr. Sadao, and if people will come to know that the person has died in their house, and what will be about his position, what will be questioning about his position. So there was a you can say there was a questioning and answering in between Rihana and Sadao, and they were doing their own duties. He stood gazing now, and she was gazing down on this motionless man. Hannah was staring to that person who was laying on the bed right now, to that white person. This man must have extraordinary vitality, or he would have been dead by now. But then he was very young, perhaps not yet 25, because he was around 25 years old. That's why was able to handle all that situation in his body. If they could have carried some other person instead of this guy, he will definitely die at this time. He could have died this time. You mean die from the operation? Hannah asked. Yes, Sadao said. Hannah considered his doubtfully, and when she did not answer, Sadao turned away. Sada, uh, he wanted to make understand to his wife that if we will not serve this person, if we will not diagnose this person right now properly, he could have died also. Then Hannah said, died? Yes, he died. He could have been died right now. Hannah wanted to know the answer, but Sada turned back. At any rate, something must be done with him, he said. And first, he must be washed. And he said he must be washed firstly because he's badly wounded and the body is totally torn, and the body of this person is not looking so good for the better operation, for the better first requirement for this person. He must be washed first of all. He went quickly out of the room and Hannah came behind him. He went out of that room, and Hannah was following to her husband. She did not wish to be left alone with the white man because she was in totally confused, and she did not want that her husband should have lived with that person in the presence of that white man, because she was thinking if he would be in consciousness, so he could have attacked on that on her husband also. So she was always following to her husband. He was the first she had she had seen since she left America, and now he seemed to have nothing to do with those whom she had unknown there. He was her enemy, a menace, living or dead. Because she knew that after all he's an enemy, and if he will be in consciousness, so he could be more dangerous for our family. That's why Hannah was always trying to protect her husband and always following to her husband. She did not allow to live stay alone with him. She turned to the nursery and called Yumi. Yumi, she was calling to her husband Yumi, but the children heard her voice and she had to go in a for a moment and smile at them and play with the baby. Now nearly 3 months old, and that lady Hannah, she was playing with her children, and now over the baby's soft black hair, she motioned with her mouth, Yumi, come with me. And she went to that another room to call Yumi. And yes, you know that. Why did she call to Yumi? I will put the baby to bed, Yumi replied. Yumi said, okay, I will let The baby lay on the bed. He's ready. She went with Yumi into the bedroom next to the nursery and stood with the boy in her arms while Yumi spread the sleeping quills on the floor and laid the baby between them. Then Hannah led the way quickly and softly to the kitchen. The two servants were frightened at that their master had just told them. The old gardener, who was also a house servant, pulled the few hairs on his upper lip. When the servants of that house came to know that a person from America, an American soldier, the enemy of that country, he is still there, it doesn't matter live or dead, but he was there. So they were frightened, they were scared, they were afraid, and did not want to stay at that house with him. The master ought not to heal the wound of this white man, he said bluntly to Hannah. That gardener said, no, no, I will not heal the wounds of that person. The white man ought to die. He must be die because he is the enemy of this country. First he was shot, then the sea caught him and wounded him with her rocks. If the master heals what the gun did and what the sea did, they will take revenge on us. You know, if we will serve this person that gun, the sea, the atmosphere, they will take the revenge from us because we are going to save uh, an enemy of this country. I will tell him what you say, Hannah replied courteously. But she herself was also frightened, although she was not superstitious as the old man was. Could it over be well too? The master and the old man, he was totally superstitious, and he said, if we will going to save the life of this person, definitely the environment of our country, definitely the sea, definitely the gun, definitely the air, they will take the revenge from us because we are going to save a person who is an American and biggest foe and an enemy of this country. So it is not going to be very good for us. But the householder, the Hannah and the Sadao, they were not superstitious. They didn't believe on this such silly things. But the masters and the gardener and all those servants of that house were totally frightened and scared, and they were not happy to live with that person at this house. It was quite strange to all of them, and it was a surprising news for them, and they were so frightened. They were not able to show the expressions that what to do or what not to do right now. So, dear students, it was the explanation of the day. I hope you enjoyed it, and this is the questions to all of you at the end of the story. That why did Hannah cry on Dr. Sadao? Please, I request you all give your answers in the comment box. I will give you answers also there, and try to boost up my confidence. Try to support me. Please give your wonderful and beautiful comments, and also give the answers in the comment box. Subscribe my channel, like it, share it, and giving. I need your love, I need your blessings to grow perfectly, to grow very well. And we will meet in the next video with the new paragraph, with the new explanation. Till then, I bless you all. I request stay at your home, take care of yourself, take care of your family members, live healthy there. We will definitely meet next time, it means tomorrow. Till then, take care, bye bye, have a great day.
सुनो घंटी बजी